Would you rather be good or great? Learn more right after this.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
With opportunities outside of the classroom,
where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits to a bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college offers courses that fit my schedule.
It's where excellence begins.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome to Community Watch. I'm your host, Greg Shropshire, and today we're going to have an exciting show by a dynamic young man that just has a song that I think is phenomenal. We're going to be joined today by Jai Dowdy and his new song, Good or Great. And we're going to talk to Jai about that song and about the evolution of how that song came about. So stay with us. We're going to have a fun, upbeat show. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and I am joined with the up-and-coming superstar, Jai Dowdy. Welcome to the show, Jai.
How you doing, man?
You know, I'm excited about this because, you know, once you sent me the song and I listened to it, I had to hit you back, and we kept going back and forth. And this song, it's just one of those songs, I don't care who you are, what your beliefs are, you can find yourself in this thing of good or great, because it's one of those things I think we all struggle with, going from good to great. But before we get into good or great, because see, I remember you were sitting right there some years ago, and things were a lot different. You had made a lot of progress. You was going through the battle with your children. You had won, I think, the Father of the Year award, and so that's been several years ago. So, and so when you talk, the lyrics in the song talks about some things too, but what has happened since that time, from then to where you are now? What was that journey like?
Man, a lot of maturity. You know, I grew up a whole lot more, just getting more focused on my ministry and what God really called me to do as far as an individual in this community. So
now in your song, you talk about that because before I guess you got really into the ministry aspect of it. You was doing your music or your spoken word, I'm thinking?
Actually, I did secular, non-Christian music that just totally was against God, period. And that's what the first verse is really talking about. It was how I really began doing music in the beginning. And then as you get to the end of the song, you will see that how I grew and understood who I was in the kingdom and in the music, and the mindset changed a lot. And so
what was that like, though, in the beginning? Because I'm thinking, I watched Montel Jordan not long ago on Unsung, you know, and he had all that commercial success, and now he's a pastor doing music, you know what I'm saying? So that's not the typical person. Most people start off over here in the secular and they kind of stay there. So, but what was that experience like that, because you was having some success in some of that, was you not?
Yeah, I was having a lot of success, actually. You know, I think I had a typical rap style life, I would say. I came in with a guy by the name of Charles Hudson, and he kind of put me under his wing and showed me the ropes. And then before I knew it, I was on the road doing shows, touring, Super Bowl weekend. I mean, it was actually good, honestly, you know. But it just wasn't who God called me to be. And then as I look back now, I did a lot of stuff that actually destroyed my fellow listeners, I would say.
Now, and see, that's interesting that you say that. And I want to talk about that in this part of the segment because I was reading a book by Ben Watson, the NFL player, and he has the book Under Our Skin, I think is the name of it. And he's talking about this love-hate relationship that I think most people in my generation have with hip-hop. I grew up with hip-hop. I love hip-hop, but I struggle with hip-hop because some of the songs, while they have dynamic beats and the music is infectious, the lyrics you struggle with. But I love hip-hop. I grew up with hip-hop. I mean, I'm a hip-hop kid. But so as an artist, because you always wonder, like from the artist perspective, this is the record labels, is the radio station. So as an artist, how did you deal with that? You know, because you have the ability to write. So how did you deal with that, or was it a conflict in the beginning?
In the beginning of me going Christian?
No, before you just started writing.
Oh no, that I actually lived that life. So the stuff I was talking about, I actually was out in the streets doing. So it really wasn't a conflict for me. It was easy. Honestly, it was like I come in and they would say we have a song about this, and it's easy for me to just boom, and before I know it, I'm walking out. It's done. Like, you know, it was easy.
Now, did you do a lot of the writing yourself, or did you collaborate on a lot of your music earlier?
Everything was me.
You? Yeah. Now, see, I think that's rare, though. I think you have a lot of people don't know in the record business, you have a lot of ghost writers. Yeah. You have a lot of people that write, and then you have artists that become famous who perform. Yeah. But if you actually look at the credits, they didn't actually write the songs. Yeah. But you had the ability to write, correct?
Yeah. I actually had the ability to write. I was just a fan of the hip-hop culture from day one. Like, I can remember Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, Sugar Hill Gang. Like I remember, like my mornings, especially Saturday morning, consisted of waking up, get something to eat, go watch Soul Train. Like then it was BET all day. We'd go outside and play. We'll go outside and play a few games of football or basketball, and just back in the house to watch. Like that was me. And so, as far as I can remember, I always been music. That was my thing. Like I've always been music. But when I first started trying to do music, like I sucked. Like it was horrible. Like I wouldn't dare try to put none of the stuff that I used to write out. But over time, I kind of got better and better.
So now that's interesting because you have a lot of young people out here that want to write or want to be in the industry, want to be in the business. Yeah. But it's not because you think you're good doesn't mean your stuff is sell, doesn't mean it's that great.
It don't.
So how does that work? How did you know? How did you learn, I guess, to hone your craft? What was it that got you to go to the next levels?
Well, first of all, I got a brother by the name of Michael Jones. You probably know him. Yeah. You know, he sings. And he was singing on a group by the name of Threat. They was the only one really in this area really making music at the time. And so he had some beats or whatever. And this is the beginning of the cell phone era. So I would ride around in my car and listen to the radio, and every song that come on, I would act like I'm on the phone, but I would be rapping to this song. And I kind of sharpened my skills doing that. And so I didn't really know I was good until one day I got put on the spot to freestyle, and I started, and he was there. And when I opened my eyes and looked, the look on his face was like, oh my God. Like, and he was like, he changed the beat. He was like, keep going. I kept going. He changed again. He's like, so we got in the car. He was like, hey man, like you need to take this serious, because like you got something. And then from then on, it was like, okay, every day it was something. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. And so, you know, so going back to, I was talking about that conflict, and because it's going to bring us to where you're at now, because good or great to me still falls like in sort of that hip hop era. It's not when I tend to think of gospel music. Yeah. I tend to think of we can't even say Yolanda Adams now, because her music is kind of, but gospel music has clearly changed from Mahalia Jackson, James Cleveland. Clearly it has kind of evolved into today. Yeah. And so when I listen to Good or Great, you know, you see that evolution. Yeah. But what was it? Was there something within that process that caused you to say, wait a minute, you know, this is cool, but it's just not really who I am? What was that process like? Because you went through some things to get to where you were.
Yeah. The process for me is simple. My mom, man, I was out there doing what I was doing. And around that time of when I had to come here, before that, you know, the whole reason why I came here. So my mom basically got a word from God directly and told it to me and told me what I was thinking, feeling, what I was going through, and how God was going to change it. But I ain't seen or spoke to her in 2 months. And I'm looking at her like, how in the world you know this? And she was like, God told me. And I was like, oh. And I kind of humbled myself. And she began to tell me what he was going to do if I got into a place to receive from him. And that day was a Wednesday, February 2009 to be exact. And I went to Bible study with her that night, and it began to change. And then I had an album getting ready to come out. I completely erased it, just threw it away. Now, like you were saying, in my mind, I couldn't do music no more at all. It was over. And so I started focusing on clothes and plays and things like that. I got a full clothing line that's in the process now. And so I was like, okay, I can't rap no more. And then I found out about Christian hip hop. And, you know, believe it or not, Christian hip hop is like one of the biggest things in the world right now. If you look at Lecrae, he was #1 on Billboard. He's won 2 Grammys over the last 3 years.
See, now, I wouldn't know that. See, but clearly there's a market.
Yes, it's huge. He's selling out the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. He's Hong Kong. He was in like Argentina or somewhere like that with 250,000. Like, it's that big.
So there's a market clearly for gospel hip hop, I guess you would call it.
I mean, arenas, they selling out.
So, Good or Great, what was the impetus for that song? Because walk us through that song.
First of all, God has given me an amazing gift. I can hear about 15 seconds of an instrumental and automatically know what I'm going to say on it. Like, I already know what it's about. I mean, I know exactly word for word, but I know it's going to be, okay, it's going to be something about this. The chorus going to be this. Like, it's just a gift I have. And so with that song, backstory on that song, I was actually going to get something else. And I heard that one. And one of my coworkers was like, I want to help you. I want to sow into your ministry. And he actually went to buy another song for me. And I got a 2-for-1 special at that time. So I was able to get that one. And when I sat down, I listened to it. I was like, "Wow, this here is something."
Now, break it down for us. Now, you said you went to go buy a song. For those that's not in the music industry, so how does that?
Okay. Well, you have producers that actually make the beats, right? And now we live in a world where, you know, unfortunately, my network is not that big. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the ground levels of building. And so what I will do is I will go and listen to producers, and they have tracks that they've made, and you can just preview them, listen to them. If you like it, you can buy it from them. You can lease it from them, or however you want to go that route with them. And then they'll send it directly to your email, and then you have the track, and you can do what you want to do with it, as long as you follow the guidelines they have set for. And so that's what happened. And then I had a 2-for-1 special for that. And so I got it, and then I sat down and I began to listen to it, and I automatically knew where we was going with it.
Now, because the song, and I encourage you, the song, you can get it on iTunes, you can get the song on Apple, whatever the Apple store is. The song is everywhere. Good or Great by Jai Dowdy can be downloaded from all the music things. So go to iTunes. I just downloaded it myself just a few minutes ago, even though I had a free copy, because I want us to support our local artists. But so you buy the tracks, and so now you have this tracking, you know, and so. But I'm thinking, was all of this kind of already resonating within you, the story, because it's a great story. Yeah. So did you kind of have the makings of the story already within you, or did it all just kind of come together at once?
It all came together at once. Once I heard the track, and then I knew, you know, how it was gonna go. Like automatically in my mind, I knew, okay, the first verse is gonna be this, second verse is gonna be this, third verse is gonna be this, and then I'm gonna get somebody to sing, and they're gonna say this. And it's that simple. And believe it or not, that guy sung that song was the first. When he sung that night, was the first time he ever heard it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking y'all been in the studio for hours on this track, man. So you take the track, and you don't know word for word, but you kind of know the direction of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so then you go back and actually then kind of fill it in.
Yeah. I sit back and I think about it, and then once I start writing, I'm writing within these guidelines.
Now the hook then. Yeah. So the guy that's singing the hook, did you write that part too, or was that something?
Yeah, I wrote that too.
Oh man, I mean, so Forgive me, man, but so I mean, you really doing the whole piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I know it said featuring whoever. I didn't know if he had wrote the hook or y'all just kind of collaborated.
Yeah.
But the song, what I like about the song is that it has to me, it's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly talk about your life before, and then your life with Christ and the meaning it means for you. And then I guess the song is vindication in and of itself. Is that, I was here, I gave it up for the Lord, and now I'm here. And the product that you produced, I mean, to me, the song is great. We're coming up on a short break, and we're talking with Dowdy about his new single, Good or Great, which can be downloaded from any music app. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more Do You Want to Be Good or Great right after this.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
With opportunities outside of the classroom.
Where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits to a bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college offers courses that fit my schedule.
It's where excellence begins.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Studio now.
Welcome back to Community Watch, and we're being joined today by Jai Dowdy. And Jai is a local musician who has experienced some success. Now, in listening to the song Good or Great, so were you doing rap battles at one point?
Yeah.
So for people who don't know what that is, what's a rap battle?
A rap battle is like someone comes up to you and actually challenges you to see if their rhymes is better than your rhymes, basically.
And so I guess you were doing competitions?
No, it was just like walking down the street. Somebody would randomly just run up to me and this.
So I heard you could.
Yeah, they'd be like, I'd be walking down the street literally, and they'd be like, there he is, and I turn around, and it's a group of people. And then we going for hours. Like it was. I mean, I used to be at home, and Charles would call me. He'd be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Come by the house right quick." So I would get there. When I open the door, it's a room full of people I've never seen before in my life. And he say, "Hey, they said he was the best around here." I told him it was you. He'll press play on the beat, and I got a battle, whoever, right now.
Right there in the room.
Right now.
Intense on the spot.
On the spot right now.
And for people who don't know, that's part of that whole hip hop culture, though, is being able to freestyle. That's before hip hop became really commercial.
Yeah.
That was the strength of an MC. Or that was the strength, could you really flow?
Yeah.
Could you take any beat and just flow? Yeah. And then that really spoke to whether or not you was a real lyricist or you were just, a studio made musician. Yeah. Studio made. So you're doing this, you're experiencing some success, you're traveling with your secular music thing. So you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then you come to this conclusion, or you come to the mindset that I gotta let that go. Mm-hmm. And when you decided to let that go, how did that affect you and I guess and the people around you? Because the people around you at that time, I'm guessing, they were still on this secular track.
Well, actually, I used to make gospel songs at the end of every CD we would do. I would have that one song that was...
So like DMX.
Just like DMX. And they would always tell me, like, you need to do that, like, because that'd be the best song to them. And I'd be like, nah, that really ain't me. And then when it come around, they was like, see, I told you, you should have been did that, So it was well received when I made that decision. Yeah.
Now, so for young people especially, who are interested in the music, interested in the whole lifestyle, one of the parts of the thing you say there's a lot of shady stuff in the industry.
Yeah.
Can you shed some light on that? And the reason I say that, because I've known some people who wanted to be artists and some who've had some potential deals, and then when it comes down to everything that glitters not gold.
Yeah.
So when you elaborate a little bit when you're talking about, there's a lot of shady stuff in this industry.
All right. So when you're looking at the music industry, it's a business at the end of the day. Whether it's gospel, secular, whatever, it's still a business. And so it's contracts involved, and sometimes people are just wanting to see a return on their investment, and that means by any means necessary. So my advice to any young person or new person trying to get in the industry, first do your research. Learn what a royalty is, what a mechanical royalty, what publishing is, what option is, what points is. Learn these terms first, because if you walk in and they throw a lot of money in your face, but they got creative control, that's a problem. Or if you don't know publishing, if you don't say nothing about publishing, they can take 85% of your publishing. And that's just what you sitting at home writing and creating like I did by yourself. They ain't had nothing to do with it, but they gonna get it, but they gonna take all of it because you ain't say nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? So learn the business aspect of the game, I would say, first before you decide to get in, because the music part is the easy part. But the business part is what needs to be fine-tuned, and everything needs to be looked over and made sure.
So let's get this straight. So you're saying you got a notebook full of songs you've been writing, say, for years. You somehow things fall in your favor, and now you sitting here with a contract, and you got all these songs, but yet you don't know that you need to secure the publishing rights for these songs.
Yeah.
That 85% of I guess what's made or what comes of that just can be just gone, just like that.
You never see a dime.
And you could spend years writing this stuff.
And it could be nice. It can be Grammy Award winning stuff.
And it's just gone.
And it's gone. Ain't nothing you can do about it either. It's on paper. It's in black and white. You clearly signed it over.
So when you say do your research, and now I don't want to belabor this because I know we have a lot of young people that aspire to be music artists. What is the one thing you would do your research, but are there places they can go, or are there people they can talk to? What was your road to success, and I guess how did you educate yourself, so to speak?
Well, fortunately, I had a guy by the name of James Lewis III who dealt with that aspect of it, and he came a part of the team, and then he eventually became my manager at one point. And for about a year and a half, he sat me down and took me through a standard contract and showed me all the big words, what they meant, and broke it down for me. So I had that necessity, I would say. But I would say, well, first of all, we live in the internet world. Standard contracts are all on Google. You can just Google recording contract, hip hop recording contract. They'll pull up. You can see everything. And also, I mean, if somebody can contact me on Facebook, whatever, I tell anybody. I don't want nobody to get caught up like that. It's like, that's bad, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's real bad.
Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite shows, my only show I watch on TV, one is Unsung. And it always happened, especially in the olden era. All these great groups, they didn't have the publishing, they didn't have all these other rights, and it turned out they didn't have nothing. So once whatever they made by performing or whatever they made, when that circuit was over and done with, or that little song was out of rotation, that was it. They didn't have nothing else coming in, no royalties or nothing.
We live in an independent world too now because of the internet, because like my song is on iTunes now, and I did it through my own company. I didn't have to have a record deal to do that. And so if the longer you can stay independent, I would say stay independent, because you cutting the middleman out, you got everything going for you. Now, when someone presents something that is lucrative, I mean, I ain't gonna just say lucrative, but something that just fits, then I would say, pray about it. And if that's what God's telling you to do, then you do it. But just know, if they're throwing $1 million in your face for a contract, that is a loan. That's not your money. You're gonna pay that back one way or the other.
So it's not. So $1 million is not.
It's not just yours.
It's not your money.
No.
Okay. It's yours once you pay for it.
Yeah. Well, that's through album sales. So until you sell $1 million worth of money through album sales, you don't see a dime off your own album.
Now, I really encourage people, and I have my phone out, because you can go to iTunes. I'm an iTunes person. You can go to iTunes, or you can go to any other music.
Spotify, Amazon, Google Play. It's everywhere.
It's on all of them. Yeah. And you can put in Jai Dowdy, and you'll pull up his song, Good or Great. The song is on iTunes for 99 cents. Yeah. And the good thing about it is that you've told me when I downloaded my song for 99 cents, Apple got their percentage, but you got your percentage.
Yes, sir.
So when people want to support you, I mean, when they download that song, they can support you.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
And if the song will be on your Facebook site.
Yes.
And they'll be able to buy it directly from your Facebook site.
Yes.
And when they buy it directly from your Facebook site, you get even more of the money.
Yes, and like I say, IamJaiDowdy.com is coming within the next couple of days, and that'll be a better place for them to go to because they can see everything we got going on, from music, tours, clothes, everything. It's all on there.
I just encourage people. I know y'all can't see that really, but I encourage y'all to go. If you want, you can wait, but I couldn't wait, And I was fortunate that Jai actually sent me a copy of the song before it actually went on, but I still wouldn't purchase the song because we have to support our local artists. Yeah. And it's 99 cents. We download music all the time, but $1,099,000 add up, huh?
Yeah, it does.
but we don't have a lot of time, but how has it felt, I guess, to have a song? I guess you like all your music. But you found yourself in the kingdom, you said, and so I guess this has a different meaning than I guess the stuff you did previously.
Yes. Man, it feels great to know that I heard a word from God and was able to display it through song form, and now it's actually touching other people's lives. Like every day I wake up to some type of message, email or something from someone telling me how much this song is helping change their life, encouraging them. So I would say, man, it feels great to just know that, I heard God clearly, moved on it, and now he's getting the glory from it because it's not me.
And you can pay your bills with it. It's even better. If you can pay your bills with it too, because you say my words, you say something about my
my words making a salary.
Making a salary.
But see that right there wasn't kingdom. That was still secular.
Yeah.
But
still though, I mean, the fact that you can make a living doing what you love, and that's not even a job.
No, because if God says I will supply all your needs according to my riches and glory, I don't even look at the money aspect. It's a given. You know what I'm saying? He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all these things will be added. So that's a given. It's just like, Lord, what you want me to do to help somebody? And I know all the rest of that stuff taken care of. I only got to pray for that stuff.
So, man, you just can concentrate on doing what you do.
Just concentrate on doing what you're telling me to do.
So what's next for JaiDowdy.com? What's next?
We're going to go on tour. We're going on a major tour in the beginning of May, arena style major.
Okay.
And we're just trying to see what we're gonna do next. We don't know what direction to go because good or great is great, but I have a lot of more.
Yeah. Well,
things.
That's the thing. We have this discussion sometimes. You got to be willing to give up good to have great, and good can be very comfortable.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be scary to give up good because you know what good is.
Yeah.
But in order to have greatness, you got to be willing to get it up. Yeah. We're coming up on our second break. When we come back, you will get some more information on how you can download Jai sound and his music and find out more about what he's doing. So stick with us. We'll be right back with more Community Watch right after this.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
IamJaiDowdy.com, and that's the website you can go to, and it's Jai, Jai, Dowdy, DOWDY.com. You can go to his website, download the music, and find out about some of the other things he's doing. But if you want the music right now, you can go to Google Play, iTunes, Spotify. You can go to any of those outlets to buy the song. But if you go to his IamJaiDowdy.com website in a couple of days, actually get a more percentage of the actual sales, right?
Yeah.
So just go get the song. It's a great song, man. I look forward to having you back to come talk about the tour and some of the other things you're doing, but more than that, being an inspiration to the community.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us on Community Watch, and we'll see you next week.